All right, vlog number 2, we're ready to go. So in this vlog, I'm going to be taking you guys through downtown Cartagena, or El Centro. This is the main neighborhood, the main downtown area that everyone comes to see, and we're going to be walking through it. The thing I love most about downtown Cartagena is the artwork. You can see from the architecture, it's heavy Spanish influence, but all the colors and stuff really reminds me of Puerto Rico or a different Caribbean, type of vibe. But here you see they've got the sales guys, all the vendedores. They're hard to escape, but if you just tell them no, they'll leave you alone. But this is actually my favorite street. Look at all the different colors on the houses. Now, these houses are actually really expensive. They're ranging from $1 to $2 million American for these 2 or 3 bedroom row homes in downtown Cartagena. They said Shakira has a house down here. A couple of the guys on the Colombian and Spanish national teams. So it's a really sought after place. But just look at all the artwork that's everywhere. If I had a place down here, I definitely would fill my home with some of the paintings that you're going to see. There's a sign, no más ruido, because there's always these guys running around rapping. They've got big speakers and microphones, and they'll just run up to you and start rapping super fast in Spanish. And if you're not strong with them, like, no, basta, stop, they'll just keep rapping and expect you to pay them money. So I got twice by these guys, but after the second one, I was like, all right, no more. I'm not paying every rapper in this city. There you see someone making some fried plantains. Street food is awesome, but there's so many nice restaurants downtown that are so cheaply priced. You can get a nice sit-down restaurant, get an entree for like 26,000 pesos, which is like $7-8. This is a super nice hotel bar that my friend Sheena recommended us. We went last week. So here's a little bit more of the city. There's Estella. There's some guys selling hats, selling bracelets, some more artwork. You'll see some beautiful paintings when you're walking around down here. Got Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie. And an actual cab ride from Boca Grande, the beach area where we're staying, to downtown is only 10,000 pesos, which is less than $3. It's about a 10-minute cab ride. One time it took a lot longer than that because there was traffic. But normally it's a 10-minute cab drive. And look at all these little tiendas, these stores. They've got all different types of fabrics, jewelry, clothing that's really unique to the Caribbean and Cartagena. This is a famous church right here. It lights up at nighttime. Now here we actually found the same ladies that we had done a dance with the day before, so they gave us a wave right here. That was pretty cool. We got some statues, more artwork. Oh, and this was the corner where we found the most paintings. Just look at the detail and all the color. I actually bought a few nice paintings when I was in the Dominican Republic that had the same kind of, RGB thing going on. I'm a big fan of this, especially buying local artwork from unknown artists. And it's not that expensive. If you come here with 100 American, you're going to walk out with a bunch of paintings, and you can get them framed when you're back in the United States. Another thing that you're going to see a lot in downtown Cartagena is these horse and buggies. Now, if you went to College of Charleston like I did, you're used to these horse and buggies things, and you're probably also familiar with the controversy that goes along with this. A lot of these horses are overworked. So we never actually did the horse and buggy, but I'm also not the type to judge other cultures for what they do. If the horses are well taken care of and they like what they're doing, it's not up to me to go around telling people in other countries what they should or shouldn't be doing. Here we got some more artwork. That's an interesting piece right there. So here you see these doors. There's actually a story behind these doors, these massive doors that are in front of all the buildings. The amount of nudges or notches in the doors in ancient times, well, not ancient, but when the city was still new, hundreds of years ago, actually signified how much wealth the owner of the house had, which I don't really understand. You know, you're kind of broadcasting, hey, I got the most money, come rob me, but it was a cultural thing. Look at that painting. So here, taking a picture with this lady, La Gorda, is supposed to be good luck. So everyone takes pictures at that spot. Here's a little view of the horizon. We're actually on top of the wall. The downtown area is actually called the Walled City, and it was kind of like a defense, a base for the Spanish army way back in the day. And Cartagena itself, if you actually look at it on a map, is a peninsula that's shaped exactly like the city of Cartagena in Spain, which hence why it probably got the same name. It almost looks exactly the same. It's kind of crazy. It's a curved peninsula. So here are these guys doing some street performances. Pretty athletic. They were doing some cool stuff. I gave them a few pesos when they came around. I'm working on that backflip right now. This place is actually called Cafe Del Mar. It's actually the most famous, I'd say, restaurant, cafe in the walled city. And it's got a view of the whole Boca Grande. You can see in the background there that looks like Miami. That's where we actually stay. It's a little bit cheaper in Boca Grande, and you get to be right next to the beach. If you stay inside the walled city, you can still find places on Airbnb for under $1,000 for the entire month. But in Boca Grande, I'd rather be right next to the beach, walk to the beach, and walk back to the apartment. And then when I want to go downtown for dinners and things like that, just take that under $3 cab there and back. So we went home for that night, but we couldn't see everything downtown. So we came back. This is actually the building that's a theater and part of the University of Cartagena. Obviously, right now with COVID and everything, it's shut down, but I think it would be a super cool thing to come take some classes at the University of Cartagena, maybe even some Spanish classes, or just see what they have to offer. I'm sure that it's way more affordable than university classes in the United States, and to live in downtown Cartagena for a year or two would be awesome. So here's a massive church. The place is riddled with churches, and you can tell there's a big Christian influence, as it was a Spanish colony, so it makes sense. Here you even see some Cuban flags. It looks like a Cuban restaurant. So we're back on that. Actually, we're coming up the same street that you saw in the first part of the video, but it's my favorite street by far. If you come here anytime, like during the day, this is more like dusk, you'll see a ton of people, influencers, people with high-quality cameras coming down here to take pictures. We saw a girl with a balloon set that said 10K, so it looks like she had a follower mark or something, but I thought that was a kind of funny picture shoot that she had going on. Here's one of the many plazas. They have these plazas that are riddled throughout the city, and they're really cool because there's outdoor dining in all of these plazas, and you can just sit down, eat. The only problem with the outdoor dining is you will kind of get pestered by people asking for money or trying to sell you little trinkets or clothes or things like that, but the weather is always perfect in Cartagena, especially around dinner time. It's going to be like 79 degrees, 78 degrees. Like I said in the last video, it's now been almost 3 weeks that we've been here, and it hasn't rained a single day. So it's amazing. Look at this church right here. This is the massive church that's closer to the plaza area. And here it's more of a nighttime vibe. We finished dinner and we walked around a little bit. We never stay out too late. Well, we did come clubbing one night, which if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I got a bottle of some pretty good rum for like in a VIP table for like $50. And when we were done, they let us take the bottle home. Nobody says anything about you just walking out with a bottle, which was funny to me. So here's the infamous downtown Centro Plaza. It's really only like 7, 8 o'clock right here. So none of the other stuff that if you guys are familiar with Cartagena, you know that goes on around here. But I don't really want to talk about that too much because it's not really what my channel's about. But if you know what goes on there, then you know. Oh, here was something pretty cool. We actually saw, this was either a wedding or they were shooting a movie about a wedding. I wasn't even really sure, but it's cool because they have these old school like Thunderbirds and Chevy cars that you would like see in Cuba a lot. And this guy actually started crying, so I wasn't sure if this was a movie or a real wedding. So here we go. Here's another museum. This museum was still actually open at night. We didn't go in. So now we're back on the outskirts of the walled city. Every time you see a wall like this, you know you're at the edge of the walled city, obviously. And this is not Cafe Del Mar. It's another restaurant on top. So then we left. And I think this is just random footage from another day, but I wanted to get this in here because this was an entire meal. Look at my plate. Fish, rice. She got chicken, steak, salad. I got a beer. Our entire tab was 40,000 pesos for this. So that's like $11 and some change. It's just crazy what you can get down here. So thanks for tuning in again, guys.